Even though this is a Namor episode, no. If there's a fire, you don't call Namor.
Yeah, no, absolutely
You
not.
call kosher salt. Justin Warner here with Chef Brian Tsao, and today we're going to eat the universe. So Brian, we don't often have chefs in here. Normally I'm staggering through keeping a comedian from hurting themselves.
Right.
What do you say I take the back seat and I let you drive this supercar?
If you'll have me and I can play with all these toys afterwards, I'm in.
Oh, you bet. Today we're gonna talk about Namor the Submariner.
Sweet, I love Namor.
We have a bevy of seafood before us. Duh. What are you making?
So we got here some bay scallops, some shrimp, some calamari, some West Coast oysters, and some white fish over here. I was thinking, chop it up, fry it up. I mean, what is better than fried up seafood? What's better than fried anything?
Yeah, fair enough. Can't argue with that.
First thing we should do is probably process some of this protein.
May I tackle the squids?
Sure.
I love squid.
Yeah.
So I feel like, the thing about being Namor is you've got all these underling Atlanteans.
Right.
It's just like being a chef, right?
Right.
So I feel like I would be Namor's chief squid cleaner. I just think they're tubular.
All right. Well, while you're cleaning that, I'll cut up this fish.
Now what, oysters?
Yeah, oysters. Wow, that is an oyster. I would eat this raw too.
Yeah?
I
would too. It's like a raw piece of steak.
It is.
Do you ever think of scallops as being nature's marshmallow?
Now that you mentioned it, I'm never gonna be able to unthink that.
Let's start working on dredge.
Okay, so this is just normal all-purpose flour. Here we have some instant flour and more all-purpose flour. You wanna start working on the batter?
Yeah, do you mind?
Yeah, go for it.
All right,
Go for it,
great.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna use some seltzer water to bring some
Awesome.
bubble to this. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely lots of bubbles under the sea.
We're killing it.
Totally killing it.
So here I have an incredibly dangerous, incredibly hot pot of oil. I have this cranked up to about 375 degrees, knowing full well that the second we start adding this ice cold seafood, that temperature is gonna drop. Let's start frying,
All right,
man.
let's do this. All right,
Wait, new show concept.
new show concept.
Frying with Brian.
I love it.
Can we get some
Love it.
some title?
Love We're just gonna dredge this fish.
Yet another appearance by Dredge.
Now, when you're going into oil with a fried product, you don't want to just drop it in because it
Safety
will
first.
just go straight to the bottom and burn. So what I'm actually gonna do is just kind of let it swim for a couple seconds.
Ooh, Namor joke.
Oh, snap!
In addition to being a world-class chef, master dredger, and fan of Namor,
As clearly shown here, Master Dredger, yes.
you are also a big fan of rock and roll.
I am. Mostly metal.
So who's the most metal rock and roll person in the Marvel Universe?
Oh.
And a big, deep question.
I mean, there's Spider-Punk right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty rock and roll right there. He's got the vest, the spikes, he's got a literal guitar.
What about Ghost Rider? I feel like aesthetically,
Yeah.
it doesn't get more metal than that.
Being that he has a skull for a head.
I'm pumped about this. So I'm gonna put these out in a single layer on super absorbent paper towels. I'm gonna grab some salt and just hit these guys while they're hot.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about
Yeah,
that?
absolutely. So the oysters are in now.
Oh, great.
Those should cook pretty fast.
I really got the easy job. Yeah, sorry, man.
I'm deep in there, baby.
I have an idea to take this to the next Submariner level.
Oh, snap. All right, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking
Oh, literal.
Submariner. You wanna talk about seaweed?
Yes. It's gonna have that fresh sea flavor.
So I actually was just in New Orleans. Believe it or not, it's where I got this shirt.
Awesome.
And so I'm a huge fan of the po' boy. So yeah, I mean, like, we're gonna take all of this Frito Misto and then jam it into this po' boy bread.
Awesome.
It's gonna be kind of like, I don't know, a mutant po' boy.
Mutant po' boy, all right. So I'm gonna make this remoulade.
Yeah, I added some seaweed to this bread, my great contribution for the day.
Here we have some Japanese mayo. Put a little rice vinegar in there.
Oh, love it.
Just a couple dabs of fish sauce. Just a couple dabs. I'm gonna throw in 2 tablespoons of sambal,
Some ball. It's getting hot in here.
a little bit of soy, and finally some sugar.
Sweet.
Whisk this up. Justin, you want to taste this?
I too want to taste it.
Yeah, taste it. I think it's just right.
Man, ooh.
Yeah. All right, cool. Like it. All right. Got our mountain of seafood.
Right?
Gonna have a feast right here.
Don't worry, we have more bread. We're gonna feed the crew.
All right, let's pile it on.
I noticed you brought some herbs with you.
What is a Namor sandwich without something representing the green trunks?
Oh, those green trunks.
Those fresh green trunks.
Do you mind if I rip some of these up?
Yeah, go for it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So I've got some parsley here. So I made a superhero. I'm not saying it's directly modeled after myself, but it's called the Raging Chef, and he has the power of induction. In other words, he can heat metals electromagnetically, but only when upset. If you could pair anyone up with the Raging Chef,
Right.
who would it be?
You would definitely want a sidekick, like a big, strong guy who's always got your back. I would bring a character called Cleaver.
Cleaver.
It's a big, strong guy who specializes in cleavers. You can use them as shields.
Are you pitching right now? I feel like you're pitching.
He would throw the cleavers onto snow and can ski with them like anything.
I love it. Well, I think this is perfect. I'm gonna plate this up and
Cool.
see you at the table of taste.
All right, let's do it. So do we just dig straight in?
Yeah, I'm gonna house it.
All right. I'm gonna go the other route. I'm gonna have each component and then dig in.
I feel like I have to give this thing CPR.
That does not suck.
That was not a bite for television.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that for you.
Oh,
All right, there you go.
shucks.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. There's so much going on, and it's so, like, I felt like you just, like, threw me off the dock, and I loved it, you know?
I just had a big bite of the herbs and the seaweed, and the toasted sesame on the bread actually makes this dish really work.
Yeah.
There's so much going on. Like, looking at it, it looks extremely heavy, which it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's literally heavy.
Right.
But it finishes really clean.
It's very weird of me to say, like, great job. Like, normally that's their job. Cheers. Well, here's to a great team up of super chefs.
I had a blast, man.
Thank you, man. Where can we find more of what you do?
You can find me on Instagram at Chef Brian Tsao, Twitter, Facebook, same thing, Chef Brian Tsao.
Brian, thank you so much for being here. We will see you next time on Eat the Universe.